Nicole and Amanda, and this is the podcast It's Not Just a Show. We have so many shows to go through this week because, you know, we do it twice a week. So we're going to start off with Fear. Unfortunately, I know I'm the lead on that, but I've had life happen, so I have not been able to watch it. So these two are going to fill me in, and I will hopefully catch up.
She seriously missed the best episode of the whole season.
And I'm really disappointed because that supposedly is the best one and it would have made me like the show. So, yeah, I need to watch it. Anyway.
We learned in this last episode that our group of survivors are pretty much single-handedly the biggest mass murderers during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. They're a bunch of jerks.
Really? Okay.
They find out that the military's pulling out of the neighborhood, so they decide it's time to get out and go to the desert, like that was their original plan, but they have to save the rest of their crew. So as they leave the neighborhood, telling none of their neighbors what's going on.
Like they pan to, we're going down the street and they pan to a house where a family just looks like they're having dinner. Like nothing's happened. Nothing's gone wrong in the universe. They're just having dinner. They trust everything and they just...
Our crew drives right past them, says nothing, and then leaves the gate open.
I kind of freaked out during this episode. The whole time they were like focused on the gate, like all the shots were like on the gate, them opening it, them closing, them punching in the key codes and stuff like that, and I was just like,
who's gonna close the gate?
Who's closing it? Wait, you can't get back in the car. Who's closing the gate?
Nobody's closing the gate. They basically looked at all their friends and neighbors that they've known for years and were like, fuck all y'all! Deal with it!
I can't wait to watch this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So then we find out they go to the hospital where they've taken
the hospital where sick people are.
Yeah, so we see the barber. What's the barber's name?
Barber. We're just
the barber. I cannot think of his name for some reason.
You're asking the girl who didn't watch the last episode.
Or the lead on the show.
Yeah, the barber. His name is Barber.
So they cut to him, and he's just doing this casual
stroll,
the slow walk past the hospital, looking at the guards like, what are you going to do? And then you see behind him, he's let a horde out of the stadium. Like, that's clearly where they've been putting all these people. He's let the horde out.
Their plan is to break into the hospital while the military deals with thousands of walkers. So they just brought thousands of zombies to the place where sick people are.
Yeah.
Again, fuck everybody. Like,
but it
as
seemed
long
like
as their crew survives, they don't give a crap.
My only problem with them doing that was how casual the barber was. Like dude,
he was carving someone's arm though.
I know. Also, he was so not scared of thousands
he had
of
to
zombies
not
walking
raise
behind
suspicion
him.
in order for the surprise to work.
That's true.
Wow, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
It was just such a casual walk. Like, it just, like, I wouldn't have seen them coming at all, so.
Well, our crew narrowly escapes. They managed to get out after a whole bunch of near misses. We think they might not make it. Lots of white knuckling. They make it out and end up in a palatial beach house. How fortunate for them. And
like, extremely extravagant.
This show is obviously the antithesis of The Walking Dead.
Well, okay, so...
Yeah.
They're
not arriving in a prison. They're arriving at basically a glass beach palace.
Yeah.
The difference between Georgia and California.
Our new guy, I cannot think of his name either.
Has face blindness turned into
Maine?
The new guy?
Yeah, Cufflinks.
Let's just call him Cufflinks. There you go, Cufflinks. Y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah, so it's his beach house. He's taken everybody with him because he's taken Nick and everything. Met up with them, so he's taken everybody to his beach house, and he's like, "We're not staying here."
Apparently, he mentioned a woman's name that I never caught before, but it didn't refer to a woman. It referred to his mega yacht that is anchored off the coast, which is where they're headed next.
They're going to the yacht. They're headed out to the ocean.
Oh, California.
Yeah, they're roughing it.
Only you can do this.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Screw the neighbor eating dinner. We're taking a mega yacht. So, we did lose a cast member, which I guess we won't
you can spoil it
for you.
You can spoil it. I approve the spoil.
Travis's baby mama got bit.
Yeah,
she got scratched. Yeah, like
I remember her name. Eliza! That's because that whole episode I wanted her to
So
die.
Chris's mom got scratched.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did not remember his name either.
And
That's sad. I liked her. Out of everyone.
There's a couple of points in this episode where she was looking at the mom. Or she tried to save. She was like, oh, we'll save till the hospital. That she wanted to save her son.
The doctor
and
at the
dad.
hospital was like,
And that's it.
the doctor at the hospital was like, you can't save everybody, basically.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
have to
who
pick,
would you
have to pick and
choose?
choose who. Like,
I mean,
the more people you
honestly.
tell, like, we just don't have room. So, but yeah, I mean, it was a completely.
I would have
I
probably
would've-
chosen the same.
Absolutely,
It made me
would have
mad.
chosen this.
I was
I
like,
know
ah,
it did, but
you can die.
the rest of us totally get it. But yeah, so after the whole conversation in the kitchen early on in the series, where blonde mom says to Travis's baby mama,
Mm-hmm.
"If anything happens to me, you're the only one who can take me down. Basically, nobody else will be able to do it."
Yeah.
When it comes time to reciprocate, blonde mama can't do it.
Are you
No,
serious?
I think she could do it. It was Travis that showed up and was like, no, let me
Well,
do
she
it.
taking control of it. She could have done it before
I mean,
Travis
she could
even
have
showed
stopped
up.
him, but yeah,
Because baby mom was like, "Please don't make Travis do it."
Blondie,
It'll
that's
kill
not
him.
cool.
But yeah, so Travis killed her. And then the end, we see, the son and the daughter both go running towards the gunshot. Hear a gunshot, let's go run towards it. That was dumb anyways, too. But,
That's the last thing I was.
yeah, and you see him crying. And,
Moral of the story for the show: call each other by their name more often, so we know what to call you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to be Barbara and Baby Mom.
And I only remember Travis because it's my brother's name.
See, I only remember Travis because the military guys kept calling him.
Oh, yeah.
I think I remember Liza's name because I've seen so many memes with her now.
Oh.
That have her name on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only reason.
All right, then we need to move on to the next
Yep.
one.
Doctor Who. Another one I didn't get to watch because life happened. Go ahead,
So
Nicole.
are you, how many, you one episode behind or two?
I'm 2.
2 episodes
Go
behind.
ahead and spoil away.
So after our dealings with Davros, we're now on to a completely new 2-part series. We're underwater in it's a really weird episode. Like, I didn't quite know where to go with this. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I know I still hate the sunglasses. Still hate them. Can't stand the sonic sunglasses.
I can't make an assumption on that yet. So.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I don't love them. I get that it's kind of it's a kids show. It's written for kids, and they're kind of, it's better than an umbrella, I guess. But but if he's gonna be a rock star, he could have a sonic harmonica.
Ooh.
I don't know. The Sonic Ray
That's a
Bands.
good idea.
Sonic Ray Bands are just kind of, I don't know. And the way they were used this at the end of the last episode, I was just like, really?
Well, at least it made sense.
It didn't make about as much sense as a screwdriver to begin with. But, yeah, so this, we see... My big problem with everything is this whole season so far, it seemed like the Doctor's gotten himself into these situations and there's these problems that we have to solve. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we've solved them, but it was my original plan the whole time. Like, it just seems very convenient to get out that way. Like, it's always been his plan all along, so there was really nothing to worry about.
I like that the second part of the 2-part episode started with the bootstrap paradox, the kind of classic time traveler conundrum that if you admire something in history and go back in time to see it, find out that it's not happening, and you make it happen, then who really made it happen in the first place?
Yeah.
Where did the idea come from? However, I feel like so many of the episodes that we've seen in the last few seasons have been dealing with paradoxes and time loops and this fulfilling that, and it's like, can we just have 1 or 2 episodes that don't have to do with some kind of crazy logic time loop?
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah. So we were dealing with ghosts on these
The
episodes.
previews looked amazing.
Yeah. And the ghosts are
cannot
really
wait to watch
cool.
it.
Like, they did a really great job with them. And we find out they are ghosts, but the Doctor was never a ghost. It's a hologram. So that's where he was like, oh, I planned this all along. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where the ghost of the Doctor appears.
Mm-hmm.
The actual Doctor has gone back in time, but he's talking to Clara on the phone that goes across time and space. And she's telling him what's going on, so he knows what's happened in his future, in her present.
Which, haven't we dealt with that before, that he's not supposed to know what happens in his future?
Yes.
Like, haven't we had him explicitly
in that
tell
episode,
us?
he was like, uh-oh. When he tries to use the TARDIS and he ends up going back a half hour and there's two of him, and he says, you know, this is bad, I'm not supposed to cross my timeline, and he's always not supposed to do these things, but if he didn't do them, then there would be no story.
Also, the ghosts that are not the Doctor, complete jerks. Like, just complete jerks. Like, when Clara has the phone sitting up outside, and she's like, the ghost is just like, oh, I'm just gonna take that phone, I know you need it. I was just like, what the heck? Like, they were just a bunch of jerks. Locking people in rooms, making it nighttime all the time. Bunch of jerks.
All right, so I need to watch that episode.
Yeah, two episodes. It's a two-parter, so.
Yeah, you need to watch so you can form an opinion about the sonic sunglasses.
I will, and I will post it on our Facebook.
I was thinking maybe it was just a temporary thing, so we didn't really discuss it on the last podcast, because I thought, you know, hey, maybe we'll get rid of those. It doesn't look like it.
It looks like it's his thing.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to get my kids some black sunglasses and say they're Doctor Who sonic sunglasses and not have to buy screwdrivers or anything for them. So
Sounds good. They won't make noise, though.
That's where imagination comes in. We
Yeah,
can
Jenn.
Kids today don't have imagination. Are you kidding me?
Have you met
I'm
my
pretty sure
kids?
you can buy it on Amazon.
Imagination?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can prime it.
All right, now on to Once Upon a Time. This is also, we have 2 episodes to go over.
And Jenn has watched this.
I have watched this. Yay!
Yay! Well, it's not yours, but you should lead it.
So, Dark Swan is amazing. I love Dark Swan.
Not on board yet.
I like
Love it.
Dark Swan better than non-Dark Swan, but I do not like Dark Swan better than Rumpelstiltskin.
No, I will say that, but I like Dark Swan better than Emma.
Yes.
So you kind of see Hook and Emma's relationship take a different turn, and at first I was like, Hook's gonna be the new Belle. He's gonna do everything that Emma wants, and he is actually pushing back. He's like, no, I'm good. He tried to do the true love's kiss with her to see if that would break the spell, and it didn't. And then in this last episode, he was like, what do you want? What do you want, Swan? No. You can't have me. I loved you.
It was so sad. But it was kind of, like, I was kind of mad at Emma, like, when she just did the magic to make herself look like she used to. And here's this dinner for us. And we're just like, Emma, just throw it in his face. Like,
to get the sword.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She's, I mean, I don't think we can trust her anymore.
All to get the sword. I mean, getting the sword was a big part of the plan, but I think that she wouldn't have had to get the sword if he would have agreed to be her champion.
Yeah.
The sword was the fallback.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I think originally she was hoping that he would do this for her because he loved her and she wouldn't have to do the plan with Mr. Gold, but
Yeah. I mean, it did break my heart when Hook said, I loved you. Because I was like, you do still love her. And I hope that you are just saying this while she's the Dark One. And I hope, you know. I thought it was an interesting twist that Arthur is not such a good guy.
Well, and I kind of thought about that, like, right before Lancelot showed up. Because I knew previously, we've seen Lancelot before. Like, he's a good friend of Snow and them. So we've seen him in, like, the first or second season. And I had that thought before he showed up, like, I bet Lancelot wouldn't be saying these things since I know that we had a trusted relationship with Lancelot before. So.
Well, even in the legend, though, neither of them is a bad guy.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying he's doing it for Camelot and for his people. Like, he's giving himself an excuse to do all these things and trick these people. And David just willingly goes along with everything because he wants to trust people so badly.
Well, and he's gotten respect. He's gotten respect from somebody. Who, you know, like, somebody respects him. He's got to hold on to that.
I kind of think the episode where they were stuck in the storybook and he was just, you know, Snow was the evil queen.
I loved that episode.
And Charming was just her, you know, whatever. Like, I thought that was a more accurate portrayal of Charming.
He's kind of a toady.
Yeah.
I wonder if Arthur was the one who trapped Merlin in the tree.
Huh. I gotta say that I'm on the edge.
He's kind of sabotaging.
Him.
I mean, he stole the mushroom.
Yeah.
Kind of to sabotage them from freeing.
Yeah, I'm on the edge of trusting Arthur at the moment, and it might just be because Lancelot showed up.
Is it because he reminds you of Paul?
No, it does not remind me of Paul.
Paul from Orphan Black, for those of you who don't know.
Paul would fix everything in this show.
Can I tell you how much the dwarves are pissing me off about Emma? I'm like, she has saved your asses so many times.
Yeah,
and I know she's the dark one, but fucking
at the same time, though, she is the dark one, and everyone else keeps treating her like she's Emma on a bad PMS trip. And it's like, she's the freaking dark one. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
We know how to end the dark one, how to get a new dark one. Like, they need her sword. They have to stab her with it. The person that stabs her becomes the new dark one. Like, that we already know that is the solution to this. And it's not like there's some other spell that they're going to use, because Belle would have used it ages ago.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
But, you know, A, they don't want to stab Emma. But B, having another dark one just doesn't really solve your problem.
No,
you
but
still have another dark one.
But I think they need to come to terms with her being the dark one, because I don't think there's a way.
I think Merlin has the answers, you know,
yeah.
and I think that once Merlin is rescued from his tree.
Because I think the only way to finally put the Dark One to rest is to reunite Excalibur and have the triumph, and that's what the whole season's going to be about, is the fight for Excalibur.
Well, we can't lose the Dark One.
But I love that Mr. Gold's going to be a hero.
I don't know, and
I'm so excited.
I'm really liking Regina right now too. Like, she's trying to be so good, but when she put Zelena in her place,
that
I was just like,
that was really
yes, you are the evil queen.
Yeah, at the same time, you are the evil hypocritical queen. Like, that is the most hypocritical thing. Like, no, you're not allowed to have a child that loves you. I mean, I've got one that loves me even when I was the evil queen, but you're not allowed to have one who loves you.
It's just going to make the cycle go again. Yeah.
They are siblings.
I mean, come on, though.
But I think it's also Zelena's approach. Like, Zelena never shows any remorse. Like, she's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just, she shoves it in Regina's face every chance she gets.
How long did it take for Regina to show any remorse?
Regina always showed remorse with Henry.
And I don't think Zelena's even capable of it. It's her attitude that I don't like. She's so
But I think if she's similar to Regina in the fact that a child could bring that out of her, and Regina takes that child from her, that's just going to start it's going to be horrible. It's going to be really bad.
Yeah. All right.
So, Sleepy Hollow. So I am also caught up on Sleepy Hollow. Can I tell you how much I love Pandora and her box and and the evil things that are coming out, and the effects, and the costuming and the makeup has been fantastic for the opening scenes. I wasn't digging Ichabod's new haircut until the second episode, and I was
the porch drinking.
Yeah, I was like, "Hello."
Yeah.
What
foundation were they using on him? The man glowed.
I was like, damn, son, what is
I really
going
liked
on?
how that episode when Abby she looks so uncomfortable sitting there with nothing to hunt and kill, and like she wasn't in a city, and she just looked very out of place and uncomfortable in that whole scene of the porch drinking.
Ichabod cleaning the house in the first part of the second episode was killing me. I was laughing so hard while he was singing and cleaning and baking.
It's like a Disney princess.
It was. I was like, I want Ichabod to come clean my house. Yes, please do.
Now he just whistles to the animals to come clean the house for him.
Also, Abby's computer skills have increased tenfold since being in the FBI. I'm going to take this voice and I'm going to, I'm going to get down to the bare minimum and go on different wavelengths and find out who's talking. It's like, that is, good job, Abby.
Okay, but at least that is actually possible. Mm-hmm. I always hate when we're watching a show and they're like, can we enhance this photograph, this blurry image in the corner, and enhance it to suddenly be all these numbers? And you're like, no, it was never there. That information is not there. You cannot enhance something that isn't there.
Yeah.
At least in a sound recording, you can strip away other layers.
Bones is probably the worst for that.
God.
Bones is the absolute worst for technology that doesn't actually exist.
Pretty much, other than facial reconstruction, everything Angela does is a lie. It's all a lie.
You're making
We're not-
we're
this
Back
isn't
to
a-
Sleepy
this
Hollow,
isn't on
guys.
our
Back to
list.
Sleepy Hollow. All right, so in the first episode, we're fighting fear. Has come out of Pandora's box, and it's basically scaring people to death.
Mm-hmm.
Which was interesting, and I really liked how they did fear.
The Dementor?
Well,
No, fear was the
fear
demon.
was the
Fear
demon.
was
Oh, okay.
The Whispering
that's
Wraith.
right. The
is
Whispering
in the second
Wraith is the
episode.
Dementor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I immediately thought Dementor when I.
Oh, I tweeted it at them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the Dementors are here.
I also feel that I don't know. I like this season. I like it not necessarily tying all back into the apocalypse. I like it kind of being its own thing.
I think it will
At
tie
this
back in
time-
at some point.
Yeah, but I like the fact that it's not like we're the saviors, blah 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 blah. You know, we're
Yeah.
you know the witnesses. I kind of like this diversion. I love Betsy Ross.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Nikki
my
Reed's
god,
killing it.
she is really really good. Really really good. I love badass.
I'm
Betsy.
really wondering, I want them to bring her to present day.
Mm-hmm.
Like her too, because we cheated and looked at IMDb and she's going to be in like every episode. So I'm wondering if it's all going to be flashbacks or if they are going to bring her to current time, which I really am, because I'm kind of missing the fish out of water element. Like Ichabod doesn't do it quite so much anymore. He's getting more acclimated to
No, but he's
everyday
getting on his
occurrences,
high
but-
horse very much, and I
Yeah.
love it.
I also think we're going to get a little bit of a fish out of water element from the sheriff's son,
Mm.
kind of falling into this world
Yeah.
and,
He's gonna be like,
finding out what his dad was really
And
doing.
being like,
and-
"Psh, come on,
What
catch
he
that
does.
kid.
How much of a badass is Ginny Mills?
Yeah.
Like, girl, get it.
And I like the
Get
two
it.
of them, and I like that they were going to have kind of an alternate story foil for Abby and Ichabod. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. And I'm not so sure about the new FBI,
Oh, I don't trust him.
Abby's boss, new
Nope.
FBI guy. Don't trust him.
Nope.
He was way too understanding about her doing her own thing, which most FBI bosses aren't. So, I don't know. Abby's had a string of really understanding bosses, and,
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't trust him
And I
at
think
all.
he's going to use this crush thing that she kind of has on him to his advantage, because that was very apparent in the episode.
well, I mean, they alluded that clearly there had been something between them, but that they're both so competitive is what I think destroyed the relationship, and I think that that's going to continue to be something that they're both. she's very competitive in her career, but she's got this mission. Her career is not the number one most important thing in her life.
Yeah.
Whereas for him,
It is.
he's a career guy. He wants to be top brass, younger than
True.
anybody else. So
Mhm.
he's gonna do what it takes.
And can I also say, when he's first introduced and Ichabod's reaction, the big brother look when he's walking away, like, who you be? Who you? Who
It was
you?
pretty good.
No. Who's this new guy in Abby's life? No. Don't flirt with my girl. This is my Abby. You don't flirt
I
with
just
her.
hope it stays Big Brother, because I
Yeah.
don't want a romance.
No,
between
I
the
don't
two.
want a
No.
romance between Ichabod and Abby. I do feel like that look was Big Brother, though. Because my brothers have given me that look when some guy comes up and talks to me and they're like, no. Walk away from my sister. No. Yeah. So anyway, that was basically Sleepy Hollow. The Whispering Wraith was really cool in the second
He
episode.
even got, the Whispering Wraith, it did have a very
Marcus
Dementor feel to
Collins.
it, but when they called his name and he actually
that
transformed,
was really
like,
cool.
it was cool, but it was, I think, got even creepier.
A
Like,
little bit, yeah.
got even scarier.
The
Like, I was just
sunken
like,
eyes
oh,
and the-
yeah.
Yeah.
So Pandora, what's in the box?
Yes.
Everything.
What's in the box? All right, so our next one is Gotham, and we are all caught up on Gotham.
Yay!
And yay!
It only took me like 2 weeks to watch all of it.
And I have lots of notes, but the number one note is, how badass is Alfred?
I love Alfred except for when he hit Cat.
Yeah.
I was like, that is taking it.
Yeah.
I was
kinda
like,
had
you
a
don't,
moment, like,
you don't do that, Alfred.
Luckily, he turns right around and hands running gear to Bruce.
Yeah, I was like,
And saves the
okay.
day. I was like,
love
well,
you.
oh, okay, Alfred, I still love you.
I just kind of had a moment where,
Yeah, because I tweeted it. I was like, wow, Alfred, you hit a girl. Okay.
like, a child, too.
He also hit the person that murdered one of his old army buddies.
True. And I guess,
kind of
you know, with
jerk
Kat
to me,
being
it
as
is.
skilled as she is with everything, it's basically like,
He didn't turn her in.
no, he didn't.
He didn't, you know, like...
I just feel like that wasn't his best moment.
No.
No, but at the same time, she murdered his friend with Bruce. In front of Bruce.
Yeah, that's
like,
true. That's
so
very
not
true.
only did she murder his friend, but she's corrupting the one thing he has to take care of. You know, like, it's... I totally kind of get it. It seemed wrong to see an adult man hit a little girl, but I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I don't justify it, but I get it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so people in Gotham really love a magician. If you are an unemployed magician, Gotham is the town for you because it's all anybody can talk about.
Yes.
We found out that Jerome is not the Joker, but perhaps the man who launched 1,000 Jokers.
Yeah.
Kind of loved it. Kind of loved it. That laugh. Spot on.
He was so... I liked him a lot. Like, he was a good bad guy. Like, he was just very unpredictable
And there's a lot of speculation over whether Barbara is going to be Harley Quinn or maybe Miss Kringle is going to be Harley Quinn, but neither of them really fit the story of Harley as a character. Not that they haven't, you know, veered off from other things, but maybe they'll create new villains for these women to become.
And I've also heard that the writers are not opposed to having a female Joker. So that is something that I shared on the Facebook page. I thought that was an interesting twist.
Yeah.
Because Barbara be cray-cray.
Oh, she's lost her
Yeah,
mind.
I just don't know. You know, I don't know how long the series is planned to be. I don't know if we're ever going to see full-grown, full-power Batman. But I can't see Batman having his archenemy be a woman. There are villains that are women, but I can't see him constantly beating the crap out of a woman.
True. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Alfred macking on Dr. Leslie.
That was one of the funniest
It was so
scenes.
awkward, but I was like, oh, Alfred, you get you some.
And he might. If it follows the comics, Leslie was actually tied more to Alfred than... There was never any indication that she was with Gordon.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about her that I don't trust. Like, I just... There's
She's a
just
little
something
too
about,
okay with
yeah,
everything.
there's just something about her that I'm like,
I think that the whole reason that she may end up with Alfred is because she's not okay with everything. I think that she's going to find out some of the things that Gordon's done, and she's not going to be okay with it.
I'd like to be Alfred's girlfriend. I'm just saying that because he's really cute and he's very, very talented. I love you, Alfred.
Can we talk about Butch's face when... when Theo's sister walks in and he's all like, you don't know me. What has become of Butch? Like,
Butch's one-liners were so funny. I was like, Butch, you've taken you are the man on this episode right now.
Butch.
his poor brain has been, like, fried or something. I don't know what Penguin's done to him.
Well, it wasn't Penguin. It was, wasn't it Mulroney?
Well, because he had his alliance towards, Fish and towards Penguin, but he just can't differentiate between
Because
them
he was tortured by, what's-his-face, to have to listen to everything Penguin says. So he's forced to be Penguin's bad guy.
Yeah. Poor guy's brain. It makes me feel for him.
Can I tell you, though, in the second episode, I felt for Penguin so bad. When his look when he saw his mama was captured.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh... No.
And Carol Kane is Penguin's mom. Most brilliant casting.
Awesome.
I love her.
He's the bad guy that I want to root for because I'm just kind of like, oh.
Because he doesn't want to
Just
destroy
throw him a
Gotham.
bone.
He just wants
come
to...
on. He just wants power.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, the lesser of two evils here. Clearly Penguin. You can manipulate him. I mean, he has some violent tendencies every once in a while. And
I mean, I get that he was trying to protect his mom, but it was a little surprising that he didn't tell Gordon what was going on.
Yeah, I was, and that they kind of had that into the friendship. I was like, they were like, oh no, I've got shit on you. And it's like, well, I got shit on you too. So.
I don't think there was ever really a friendship. I think it was always, I got shit on you, but.
Yeah, but I mean, Penguin was like, I think at that point he was like, no, I'm not helping you anymore. Gordon's like, I'm not helping you anymore. We're done.
Yeah, until the next time I will need something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. And
Penguin looked pretty pissed.
the new head of the police department.
Love Michael Chiklis.
Yeah.
That was great casting.
Yeah, in the whole episode,
Great
like
casting.
So glad Zaz is not dead.
I really like him too.
He is an awesome crazy
Weirdly
man.
like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And I just liked when Gordon's whole reaction, like, you sent Zaz after them. Like that was the worst thing you could do. Like you sent your pit bull after them. And
Yeah.
how could you do that? Anybody else would have been fine, but you sent Zaz. So, yeah. I like that. And I love Gordon's he's kind of fanboying over his new boss.
Oh
so.
my god, I was
yeah.
like, Gordon's peeing himself. He's so
Gordon.
excited right now.
Calm down, Gordon.
Can we be good friends? Can we be good friends?
Let's clean up the apartment. Yeah.
Boy Scout.
No, I loved it. I loved it.
Not so Boy Scout though.
Theo Gallivant, though. That guy. Good actor. Good actor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm running for the mayor. I've saved all these people. This isn't my whole master.
And I just happen to have a beautiful niece who's Bruce's age.
Yes.
How convenient.
Beautiful blonde hair that goes to the same school as you, Bruce. Isn't that fantastic? Yeah. Lovely. Yeah.
I
no,
like
it
that he
was
knows
good.
early on who he needs to get in his pocket, though. Like, trying to get Bruce. Like, it's like he knows, like, Bruce is going to be this major player at some point in his life, and
I love that actor,
Well, because
too.
if you can sway Bruce, you can get power from Wayne Enterprises. I mean,
and Alfred's on his side, too, which is... Because he saved Bruce, so Alfred's not seeing... I feel like Alfred's kind of won over by this guy and is going to be blinded to him.
I just can't wait for the fallout. Like,
And what's his real end goal? Because giant glowy towers, I don't think that's...
the tower looks stupid.
It's dumb.
Who would want to live in something that's completely clear and glowy?
Yeah.
How could you even... There weren't even floors in there. How you could...
What do people even fit in there?
What is this? A tower for ants? Anyway, so Gotham rocked.
Yeah.
All right, so iZombie.
iZombie, we just got to watch it last night. Last night's episode was amazing.
So good.
That was really good.
But yeah, Frat Boy Brain was so good.
It was better than Stoner Brain.
Yeah.
The first episode on the list? I don't think we did.
I have no idea. So the first episode was, which brain was it?
It was the old man brain.
The cranky man brain, which that was pretty fun too. Like Liv just going off on everybody with her
That
cranky
episode,
old man.
though, really depressed me. Because, I mean, her family... I mean, I get it. I would be mad at my daughter, too, for not wanting to give blood. But pushing her completely out of my family's life, I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
Liv handled it really dumb, too. Like,
Yeah,
Amanda had a really good point about how
All
she
she had
should
to do was
handle
say
it.
something about how during her rotation she had contracted hepatitis. Or, like...
Yeah.
Say something that you contracted while you were at the hospital that gives a reason why you shouldn't give blood, but doesn't say, hey, I'm undead. You know, like...
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
I
she
understand
just
that.
handled it pretty stupid.
For somebody with some kind of medical knowledge, she just totally didn't do anything.
Sorry, can't do anything.
Oh,
Can I tell y'all how much Ravi is just killing it this season, too, with his one-liners and his reactions to things?
Ravi's always been one of my favorites.
and if he gets rid of Princess Sparkle, I'm going to be really pissed.
He may have to shave that beard to get the glitter out. Like, that may be the only way that glitter's coming out.
That's true.
Major, poor Major.
I don't know. I kind of
Major's
had
life
feels
is
for
just
Major
spiraling.
this last episode.
But that last
He's in
part where
trouble.
he's doing
now
drugs
he's doing
now.
horrible.
Well, I mean, he's doing drugs because he's killing people.
Yeah.
We didn't get
Well,
into this season.
he's
or
killing
this episode,
zombies.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, he was dealing
he
with the
watched-
aftermath of killing one.
He was
of them.
watching the kids that he met crying for the dad that he killed.
Yeah. Major feels for Major.
Yeah.
I really hate the spiral that he's going down. Loved the bromance between him and Ravi, though.
Oh my god, it was
Ravi's big brown eyes can get Major to do anything.
such a good episode.
Anything.
Liv totally rocked it in crime scene dress.
Yeah, I was like, caution tape as a dress. You're rocking it, Liv. You're rocking it.
Could totally see somebody pull that off for Halloween.
Babinose straight man to
Not
Liv's frat boy. Babinose straight man to Liv's frat boy.
Okay, my problem
On
with
point.
Babinos this whole episode, or any episode, is just Liv changes personalities. Like, every single time he sees her, she has a different personality.
But do you think he thinks it's part of
He
her
never
psychic
questions
thing
it.
where she
I don't
kind of
know,
takes
But he
on?
should at least ask,
He should
especially
be
when
like,
she
what the
makes
heck's up?
horribly racist remarks
Yeah.
to him.
Or, like,
suddenly out of the blue.
everything's bro this whole episode, and...
Yeah, I live
And
tweeted
I-
the first episode and I was like, damn, Liv, that's racist.
Well, and I think it's coming, because I was tweeting last night while watching iZombie, and I saw multiple tweets from Malcolm
Mm-hmm.
and from...
Who's Babino?
Yeah,
Show.
from, Rose, that it's coming. Like, he hasn't started questioning yet, but it is coming. So I think maybe the next couple of episodes, or even the next episode, we're going to start seeing him.
And she's gonna feel like she
Question.
has to tell him instead of just being like, it's part of my psychic thing. I actually become the person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know. Telling people hasn't really worked out the best for her. Maybe she's learned her lesson.
It's funny that this is one of the few shows where I have problems with people not lying to each other. Like, usually every problem is caused in every other show by
she's
somebody
gonna have a
lying to
different
somebody else.
opinion.
But in this show, it's like, if you just told better lies, all of this
Yeah.
could have been avoided.
Yeah. Can I tell you, Blaine in that suit that he wears for the funeral director? Damn, son. That was like my first reaction for that first scene. I was like, you are rocking that suit, Blaine.
I'm
You
so
are
glad
rocking
that Blaine
suit.
is still the bad guy and that making him human didn't
Can we talk
Yeah.
about...
sideline him. I love.
Can we talk about the fact that he turned his dad? Like, that had to have been one of the first people he turned. And that Blaine's always been a screw-up, but his dad's super rich corporate dude. But I was really kind of shocked when his dad showed up, and it was like, oh, you turned your father to be able to blackmail and manipulate him. Like,
Well, but after you find out about their relationship, it kind of makes perfect sense.
yeah. Well, and you kind of figure out why Blaine is the way he is. But and I also really like that Blaine has a makeup artist that just lives with him. Like,
Yeah, I kind of
The
love that.
funeral man.
Yeah.
Lady.
I love that he has to put on whiteface to go
Yeah.
visit his previous client.
totally pretending to be a zombie at this point. Like, oh no, I got a tan.
Gotta get into the zombie drag. You know,
Yeah,
like,
like-
yeah.
Like, dude,
But can we talk about the furry?
I didn't see that
But
coming.
they weren't actually furries.
I know, but it was still pretty funny that it was mentioned.
Didn't see it coming.
See, that was a good lie.
That was a good lie. That was a really good lie.
It's very convincing.
Yeah.
And that kid at the end, I did feel bad for him. A teeny bit.
You
Even though
mean-
he killed
you mean the
somebody.
murderer?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
murderer.
he's still a
I did
killer.
feel bad for him. Nicole, you want to go there?
Just saying.
How many people did Paul kill?
It was all for the greater good.
Okay, because
now it's
it wasn't vengeance for his father's death.
Yeah,
Just
it's greater
saying.
good.
He just
Mhm.
accidentally killed the wrong person.
Paul's
Yeah.
saving the clones.
All right, so iZombie
After he
rocks.
screws them.
Literally.
All right, so today's Wednesday, so we haven't watched the second episode of Supernatural. But the first one,
The darkness.
I'm glad the boys are back. I'm glad Supernatural's
Let's
back.
just sit back.
I am fucking tired of them lying to each other. I am fucking over it. Stop lying to each other. You have speeches from Sam to Dean about not lying and being on the same page. Dean's like, okay, yeah, let's do that. And then, what do you fucking do again?
2 seconds later.
2 seconds later, not even thinking about it. Then, Sam, I'm just gonna let black goo get in my mouth when I'm biting somebody. Yummy, yummy,
He
yummy.
did that whole kind of, I'm weak thing again, too. Like, oh, they're overpowering me. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
what happened to Soulless Sam? Soulless Sam was strong and would have beat their ass. It would have
Would've.
never happened then.
Yeah,
No.
blood.
Amanda wants them to die.
I want him to die. Death to the Winchesters. I'm done with them. Every season is some, like, one of us is going to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, and then at the last minute, the other one's like, no, I can't let you do that. Screw everyone else. Kill the world. I'm saving my brother. And it's like, how many thousands of people have died now?
Yeah,
Because
especially
you
now.
have to save your brother.
And
I'm done. I want them to bring back Meg, and I want it to be Cass and Crowley and Meg running around having adventures. That's it.
and can I tell you, I'm sorry, Cass. I love you. Heart, love you, love you, love you. But you're so fucking naive. You're killing me. I'm going to pray to angels that want to kill me because I released Metatron on the world to help me. Makes sense. Because they're good angels. And then guess what? You get taken to a room where you're going to get tortured. Sounds good. But can we talk about Crowley? Because he stole the episode.
Oh, he did.
Crowley.
He wasn't even in his body and he stole the episode.
No, but that actress did such an amazing job because I really believed that Mark Shepard's
Crowley was
inside her. Like, the actress did so well at portraying Crowley.
And who other than Crowley just jumps into a body and finds himself in the situation of being proposed an orgy? Like, nobody. What kind of luck is that? That's amazing.
Okay. Tell me more.
Let me put down this tire iron.
I'll kill y'all later after we have some fun. Yeah. I loved him. He was so good in the episode. I love the girl that they have playing the Darkness, which is, you know,
she's super
the big bad of the season.
But she's a woman, so she's not going to last long.
Well, she's baby now.
Her and Dean are connected, so Dean will never kill her, supposedly, per the Darkness to Dean. Because of the mark.
Sammy's not going to be able to kill her because he's Sammy.
And he's a whiny little bitch right now, and it's killing me. Tell your brother that you swallowed some darkness goo and that you're turning, so he can come help you.
He's only got like 3 hours to live, so.
Well, but that's fine because he's going to have miracle medical capabilities that's going to help him find a cure because that's how it works.
Yeah.
Or maybe
he'll be able to like crypto Google it or something and break into some database and find something.
I think the next episode, in the previews for the season, you see one episode where Sam's praying in a chapel, and it looks like it's in a hospital chapel, so I think, and he's praying to God, so I don't know how they're going to do that if Chuck actually shows up. Yeah. Chuck is God. So maybe God will help, but I don't know, guys. Stop fucking lying to each other. Make better decisions. Stop killing the world for your own sake. I don't think
you're gonna sacrifice yourself, just fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like y'all don't come back anyway after you die. Just die, and then you can come back.
Also, so far it's only been one episode, but we've seen no fallout from the fact that death is gone.
Yeah, which is weird. Yeah,
and nobody knows yet either. Like, and where's Rowena?
Yeah, where are the Reapers? Like, where's Rowena?
Yeah.
Like, the Reapers should be like
freaking out a little bit.
Dean, we're going to
Crowley doesn't know death's gone. Cass doesn't know. Like, nobody knows
and
yet.
no one believes the Winchesters that they released the darkness on the world.
Because
everyone's like, oh, that's a fairy tale, whatever. Yeah. So, anyway, we'll see what second episode tonight is like, and we'll report next one. Yeah. So, the last show is Haven, and
I'm the only one that watched it.
I watched 1 hour.
Life happened.
Who the heck? Thanks, Sci-Fi. Let's put this season premiere on it.
You changed it from Friday at 9 to Thursday at 10.
And it's a 2-hour episode. Like, who runs a show? A premiere from 10 to 12?
I've really never seen a show bounce around nights and times like Haven. Every single...
They want it to
It's almost like every week it's in a different time slot.
They want it to fail.
But, when did the Vashta arrive in Maine? I mean, we've got some kind of crazy darkness trouble that leaves people in bones. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I kind of wonder at this point if maybe it might be a new trouble for Nathan. Because we saw, the one time we did see somebody attacked by it, Nathan was there. And when Nathan went on his expedition to find Aether, he came back alone. The person who was with him suddenly gone from the darkness.
The darkness people.
Well, and the problem with this
is a theme this season on all
we've
shows.
also got a serial killer running around.
Right.
That's killing people.
Croatoan.
Yeah. So he's killing the people with these troubles, and it's not killing their trouble.
No.
So their trouble is staying, and we can't figure out, like, that's how we have a wall.
We have a wall of fog around Haven that not only keeps all the people from Haven from leaving because they get confused and come back straight back into town, but it also completely takes Haven off the map and out of everyone's mind.
Yeah.
No one in the outside world knows that a Haven Maine exists.
Yeah, so Duke's the only one that's left.
He is immune to all the new troubles that came spilling out of him. So he was able to leave and he said, I'm causing more trouble than I'm solving, blah, 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 blah. So he left. So he's in the outside world, and every time he gives Haven as a reference or he tries to get to his bank or anybody, nobody's ever heard of Haven. It's not on a map, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, so nobody trusts Duke.
Even people who have been to Haven in the past, it's been erased from their memory. So we've got Audrey looking for a cure for the troubles, because suddenly now she's not immune to the new troubles.
Neither is her mom.
Or her mom. We've
Wait,
got...
I need to
So
catch up.
Jenn hasn't watched the last season either.
Hey, I watched Gotham in like 4 days. I don't want to hear it.
So Audrey and her mom are looking for a cure. Because all hell has broken loose, there's fluctuating power, there's multiple serial killers out there. Dwight has...
You mean WWE Superstar The Edge?
Well, I was talking about his character, Dwight, the actor, WWE Superstar The Edge, has removed his sheriff's badge, and he is acting as head of the guard, and he has called the guard in to control the situation, and they are running the town.
The sheriff's department doesn't quite exist anymore.
Well, and frankly, with their behavior, they really shouldn't. How many times do you tell somebody, hey, these people aren't criminals, you need to calm them down, that's the only way to stop them?
Nope, shoot them.
Nope, yeah,
nope,
put them in handcuffs, shoot them.
Let's bring the one that makes earthquakes into the police station, because that seems like the best idea.
Yeah, not smart. The sheriff's office had to go, but bringing the guard in is a dubious substitution. So yeah, where we're at right now is Nathan has found some Aether, we hope, although he hasn't said it when he showed back up. But we assume that he's found the cache of it, and so hopefully we can cure the troubles without killing anyone, because killing them doesn't stop the trouble anyway.
Well, and if that happened, we wouldn't have the rest of the season, so.
Well, the whole rest of the season is about destroying the town, so we'll see what happens there. Definitely stepped up the troubles. Everybody's trouble is way worse than it has ever been in the past.
Yeah, and there's like so many more. So it's...
And you have bunches of people who have never dealt with the troubles, who have troubles now. So they
basically,
it's not a family
the
thing.
whole entire town now knows that troubles exist. They've had to let everybody know. So it's... A lot of people are just now discovering this.
Which is kind of stupid that it took this long. I mean, how many gas leaks can there possibly be in a single town?
Oh my gosh, I live in this town, but just all these horrible things keep happening, and there's just
so many gas leaks.
Yeah. I mean, it must happen everywhere, right?
I need to trust Dwight, because he knows about all the gas leaks.
Yeah.
I do love Dwight, though. WWE Superstar of the Edge.
He's pretty amazing. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Who made a cameo on Flash, and she didn't see him because she is face blind. And I watched the last 10 minutes of it, and I was like, oh, there's Dwight.
Nope. Nope. It's a problem.
Yep.
Well, I'll catch up on Haven this weekend.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, that's all the shows we have to talk about for this podcast.
Is it?
Is it? Yeah.
Because we did have a premiere of The Walking Dead.
Oh
my God. I'm a horrible person. Excuse me. I'm just going to turn around.
So The Walking Dead.
I did watch The Walking Dead too, which makes it even worse.
That Morgan is back. He's a badass, and he is still pissed about that damn peanut butter bar that Michonne took.
And Michonne, you're totally lying to him.
Yeah.
Like, just
admit it.
We know that you ate the peanut butter bar.
I love you, Michonne.
I just love her response, though. She's like, yeah, isn't that always the way? You always think you have one last peanut butter protein bar.
Yeah.
I loved Rick's reaction to Father Gabriel when he was like, I want to help. And he's like, no.
No, nobody wants your help. Like, out of any character I want to die, it's Father Gabriel. Like, I have so much hatred for you. You are the worst person ever. Like, yeah. Mm-mm.
I love that Tara is back, and that her first concern was that the mullet is safe.
His one-liners.
Eugene,
this whole episode, like, talking to the kid with the dreadlocks, like...
Hair game is strong.
Hair game is strong here. Like, he just had some of the best scenes. For being a season premiere and all this drama going on, like, we knew coming into this that this was going to be a heavy episode, but it was weirdly lighthearted. Like, there was a lot of moments that I laughed, and usually there are no laughing moments in Walking Dead for me.
Yeah.
Like, they did it really well they balanced it well.
Love the scene between Morgan and Carol, where Morgan calls out that he sees there's more under the surface to Carol,
her
and she's just like, oh, wow.
Aren't you sweet? Aren't you sweet?
I can't wait till Carol gets to go full on in Carol mode, and just everybody's reaction around her. Like I don't know what's taken her so long to do it now, because they were taking her over the town, and I don't know why she's still hiding.
Because it's still an advantage at this point.
Yeah, because they'll still talk to her.
As much as, and she's not the outsider. She's not one of the group that's
yeah.
She can still get information that other people in the group cannot get.
And Rick told her, he's like, I need you to still be this.
I just can't wait till she gets to shed the persona and be Carol.
And as much as I really want Carol and Daryl together, Carol and Morgan together wouldn't upset me either.
Ooh, that's a twist. I like it.
No, and I told her I kind of seen a Morgan Michonne moment. Like, they just kind of shared a look at one point in the show, and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I don't see that, though. I really don't.
No, I don't really see them as a couple, but the look they shared.
I think they're both trying desperately to be
the badass.
the two angels on Rick's shoulders. Like, they're both trying to pull Rick back from the edge.
Rick's gone over that edge.
Rick, though, great plan.
It was.
Except you weren't thinking about anyone else that doesn't live in Alexandria being out there and making noise. Because that is impossible.
These two believe it's the wolves.
I 100% think it's the wolves.
I kind of have a feeling that it could be the bratty kid.
Here's my thing, though, about it being the kid. He not only put Rick and them in trouble, but he put the entire town of Alexandria, including his mom and his brother, in danger.
I also think he's a dumb kid that wants revenge for his father dying.
But I still don't think you would put your own family...
I don't think he thinks.
I also think that a couple of taps on a horn could have gotten Rick killed without doing as much damage, and I don't know that he would have just laid on it. Like, that's some serious... It's like a beacon calling the zombies towards it.
And the wolves have always had hordes of zombies. You know, they want to kill other people. They want to take their things. Like, they don't care. They want more walkers. They don't give a shit about anyone else. So... I don't know. I really feel like it's the wolves, and I don't know, if that kid really did do it, you're a dumbass kid.
Yeah.
You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
If you really did it, son, then you need to go out west and join the team for Fear the Walking Dead, because they don't care about anybody else either.
Yeah, there you go. Daryl, when he was riding his motorcycle with that horde behind him, I was like...
Yeah, he kind of made the barber's slow stroll look pathetic.
At the same time, though, like, 6 hours going 5 miles an hour on a bike just to take them 20 miles, like, that's a hell of a slog.
And he's got some pretty good balance for keeping that bike going.
So slow, yeah.
I mean, he could have just walked it, but...
That wouldn't have been very Daryl.
To the makeup team and the special effects team for the amount of zombies that were in that episode.
I think there was
holy shit.
There was a bunch of tweets that there were like 300 extras on set that day, so
yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Ethan Embry, you did a pretty good job.
You walked into the only walker that was tied to a tree.
Yeah, like
that was so dumb.
Yeah,
he
I
wasn't
was sad
even
to see your
doing what he was
character go
supposed to
because I
do.
wanted you to be kind of a little further in the episode, but you gotta kind of got your comeuppance there, buddy.
How do you walk into a walker that's not moving?
Don't say you're gonna kill Rick in front of Eugene and then have Rick walk in the door.
Oh, I about
so when Rick walked in, he's like, well, I would have put lookouts. That's what I would have done.
Think smarter, not harder. Come on, buddy. Yeah. And, you know, I'm sorry. That was just, you're not smart. Because you haven't been out there, and Rick has. So listen to Rick.
Also, Sasha in the car with
Abraham.
Like, Abraham's lost his mind. He's got a death wish. And Sasha...
He's always had. His mind is not...
Yeah, but Sasha is flat out crazy right now. Like, she is crazy. And she looked at Abraham
I think the stuff
like...
with Father Gabriel, I think she's on the road back. I think she's well on the road back.
Yeah, because she had that praying session with Maggie, Father Gabriel, and herself after all that shit went down at this finale of last season.
Yeah, I just think her, like, Abraham being crazy in front of the crazy one, though. Like...
Well, I mean, that's why he was kind of hoping she still had a death wish. That's why he got in the car with her. But we can't do without Dolphin Smooth, so nothing can happen to Abraham.
And I just want to shout out to Glenn. You are the beacon of hope.
Beacon of hope.
Which is not good.
Which is not good.
You're gonna die.
And
you better do something horribly disappointing pretty soon or you're gonna die.
Just saying. He can't have hope.
Also, Gabriel...
Glenn dies, I riot.
Gabriel, Morgan's back, so that means your days are numbered. There can be only one.
Yep. Bye, Father Gabriel.
Yeah.
Well, I got
Anyway.
hairdo too now, so. Dreadlock
I
dude.
like
I
that.
really like Heath. That's his
Dre.
name. I really like him.
He played Dr. Dre.
Yeah, he
in,
is so good.
Compton.
Yeah. Love it.
Very cool. Very cool. Loved Walking Dead. Can't wait for next week.
Next week.
So now's the real end to the podcast. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.